Games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Hit hard right side, backhanded by a run. It feeds to Jax.
Chops it down the third base line. Rojas gloves over to second for one. Quick relay to first is in time for two. That was a nifty double play.
Racing in Young, and he's able to run it down. Makes a bent leg sliding catch.
Third base side and playable. Hamilton makes a slide, and he makes the catch.
Long run for Bench. Lays out, makes the catch in a full-on dive.
Did he catch that? You bet he did. The shed is being waved home. The throw from Jarvis. They got him.
What a throw by the rookie Jim Jarvis.
Ground ball out to first. Olsen's got it. 360 spin to second for one. Jarvis to first. Kinley's there. Double play. That was beautiful.
Song dives to his right and makes the catch one away.
Right out to right. Caught by Garcia. Taps the bag to double off Walker.
They've got a chance to take the lead. The throw from Rojas is there.
Really an outstanding tag.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas.
Out for that guy to go out and exceed that pitch count that you know is safe. One, you sure hope he gets it, and two, you sure hope that 5-6 days from there he can be the same pitcher he was.
Tigers manager A.J. Hinch, stay with us. We'll go around the league with Jeff Reagular next on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
At Oakland University, being golden is putting in the hard work. It's raising the bar and never settling for less. It's the tireless hours spent getting your hands dirty. It's searching for answers where others aren't looking, rising before the sun, and staying up long after it sets. It's in you. Be golden. Explore more at oakland.edu.
America turns 250, and National Coney Island is celebrating all month long with $2.50 favorites. Enjoy $2.50 Coneys, $2.50 slices of apple pie, 25-cent scoops of ice cream, and more delicious all-American specials available for dine-in service throughout July. Gather the family for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and celebrate America's birthday with the flavors Detroit has loved for generations. Happy birthday, America! Let's celebrate at National Coney Island. National Coney Island is the official chili of the Detroit Tigers.
I can't wait for 7:29 tonight.
What's at 7:29?
We'll get to see if the red ball falls.
The red ball. Oh, you mean the sunset?
Not that red ball. The Daily 3 red ball double draw.
For Daily 3 players, it's time.
7:29.
Because right after the Daily 3 evening drawing, the double draw ball will be selected. If it's the red ball, then a second set of Daily 3 numbers will be drawn, giving you another chance to win on the same ticket. But just like the sunset,
it's only for a limited time.
Play the Daily 3 red ball double draw, only from the Michigan Lottery. Own your limits is always the best bet.
Jeff Reagular with Around the League from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, brought to you by Big B Coffee, the official coffee of the Detroit Tigers. Every now and then you'll look up and realize that the baseball season is just so long, and teams that you thought were definitely out and would be sellers at the deadline surprise you. And they get right back in it, and one of those teams are the Boston Red Sox, who are the hottest squad in all of baseball. Boston fired their skipper, were laughed at by their fans, and now look at them. Winners of 8 of their last 10. They're just 3 games out of a wild card spot, and they won again yesterday. Battle of the Sox, Red Sox in Chicago taking on the White Sox up 1-0. Third inning, Cedar Rafaela grabbed a piece of lumber.
And a fly ball into right center field. That's well hit toward the alley. Perez can't get it. Montgomery can't get it. Another run is in. Cheng will score. Siegler's down to third. A run-scoring double for Cedar Rafaela. 2-0 Red Sox, and 2 men in scoring position.
Red Sox win at 5-0, and just like that, Boston is right back in it in a very down American League. Around the League brought to you by Bet365. Take Framber Valdez to strike out 7 aces today. You get very nice odds at plus 220.
In baseball, it's important to use your head, but it's not always helpful.
It hit him in the head, and oh no,
could be a home run.
Well, Jose, you have company.
And batter beware, the animal is loose.
Can I see that jump again? It looked like Luke Cornett trying to block a 3.
Now, there's top rail, and then there's yelling 4.
He hits him right in the palm of the glove.
It certainly grades an A for effort.
David Peterson on to pitch. Jacob Marcy loses the bat.
Well, somebody's throwing a baseball up there from the Mets dugout to try and loosen it.
Shot up the middle. That's where Hyer Lee is, and he drops the ball. Unbelievable.
And how about a look at some heads-up defensive plays?
Converging, it's Antonacci with the diving play.
And what a rolling grab by Jorge Barrosa.
It's by the pole, and Siri got it. He went up and got it. That, folks, is the magic of baseball.
Royo on the spin, smother, got him.
Fundy goes behind the back.
How about that?
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm going to do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious one, and then caramelized onions. Make like a little sandwich. We cool?
Sound like a plan.
I think we did good.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Thank
great.
you.
Thanks, Chef.
And if you want a Cy Young, 73, 5, and 6, I've got an extra 5. And then it says, has worked as a TV commentator. You know, and I did start back in 1978. I did the Yankees and the Red Sox playing the one-game playoff. And ABC said if the Yankees win, Reggie will play, and then you'll go broadcast with Howard Cosell and Keith Jackson. And that's how I started my broadcast. And that's the Bucky Dent home run. So every time I see Bucky Dent, I go, thank you for making me a broadcaster.
Carol Wolfbauer, and today we have a special guest joining us on the broadcast. We have Dallas Braden from the Oakland Athletics broadcast team. And Dallas, you were a left-handed pitcher for the Athletics for a long time. Now it's just the A's, so we won't call it the Oakland Athletics anymore. Sorry about that. But I want to kind of dive more into Troy Melton yesterday and what an exceptional start for him, 9 strikeouts. What made him so effective that you saw yesterday?
It's filling up the strike zone early and often. Outside of the changeup, the best pitch in baseball is strike 1. And it makes so much difference when you are working from a leverage perspective as opposed to behind in the count, where hitters start to either eliminate certain pitches or they start to eliminate certain parts of the strike zone. When you're 0-1, there becomes a level of unpredictability about how you are going to continue or finish the at-bat. And I think that's probably the most important thing, and I think what led to a lot of his success, on top of just attacking with the fastball, right? He's got different fastball shapes that he can present you with, and I think that right there in and of itself, when a hitter has to game plan for 2 or 3 different type of high-velocity offerings, that puts them on a defensive that I don't think you really see a ton of when other guys are working maybe with just 2 types of fastballs or even 1. So when you have the ability to cut it, to sink it, and to straighten it out with a 4-seamer, it's just it's 3 variations that you have to game plan for as a hitter.
And kind of while we're on that topic, he talked to me about his cutter today and why it really works for him. He said somebody like Verlander has that natural traditional pronation he talked about. And he said he never really has it. His is naturally tilted sideways. Is that what makes his cutter so effective in the secondary? What about his cutter stands out to you?
I think he told you. It's the natural position of his hand, the way the ball naturally comes out of his hand. So when you are just on the side of the baseball naturally, it allows that ball to just kind of come off the fingers in a way where other guys really have to kind of work on it. Other guys have to focus on trying to get the ball around that middle finger and try to get that ball coming off the middle finger. Because if you pronate, right, you're able to stay inside the ball more, and that means you're able to create a lot more arm side movement, run, horizontal break the other way. For him, what he's trying to do is maintain as much vertical movement as he can, which is why you try to stay behind the ball to an extent, but he's also trying to create lateral movement, but not excessive lateral movement, small lateral movement, because the cutter can be at times a swing and miss pitch, but it's predominantly used to work off of the end of the bat towards the handle. So you're trying to not necessarily miss the bat, you're trying to miss the barrel. And if his hand position naturally has him on the side of the baseball, really all it's about him doing is firming up the wrist and making sure that he's able to finish the ball on that middle finger, or off that middle finger, I should say.
Gotcha. It's been really fun to watch him, too, from last year to this year, kind of finding his way around these pitches. And another thing he talked to me more about, one more thing for you, is that curveball. Because I said, what are you trying to do with it? Are you trying to throw it for a strike? What is your aim? He said he likes to throw it early in a count, try and get in the zone. I don't know if you threw a curveball very much. How do you see kind of that selection?
I threw an absolutely horrible slider. It was just garbage on its best day. And the idea is it's a different look, right? And so for him, what he's telling you is he's trying to steal strikes and offer a different look.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Boomer is the dog. Doesn't he look good? I just follow his picture all the way. And there he is. Boomer's dad.
That was kind of a change from the everyday thing that we normally do as far as baseball cards are concerned.
Hey, I have a Labrador. Where's my card?
You know, a little bit different, and it turned out to be a fun experience.
It was just when the camera crew tried to leave that there was a problem. You can't leave.
Carpenter reaches out, makes a catch! Wow!
Carey snares it and saves the day.
Snagged by Ortiz, throws to second, they get the out there. That is as good a play as you will ever see at third base.
He's going to try to go to third. Juan throws on the money. He's a dead duck. Not only a gold glove, but a golden arm as well.
Walls reaches out to his left with his back to the infield and makes the catch. A no-look catch by Taylor Walls.
Super Sal.
It's not a bird. It's not a plane. It's Sal.
Fiducia is being waved home. Collins' throw is perfect.
And Isaac Collins said, not here, not now, not in this sixth inning. Caught by McGonigal at third with a leap.
Tough play for Karras. Can he get Sanoa? You bet. How strong is Karras' arm? That was from the outfield grass.
No fee guarantee. You don't pay until we win. Treating you like family. Because that's how you deserve to be treated. That's the Bernstein Advantage. The Sam Bernstein Law Firm. 1-800-CALL-SAM.
The Sam Bernstein Law Firm, Michigan's first family of law.
Swing, there's a drive to left. That one is long.
126 years of baseball tradition continues.
And it's gone, a home run!
Brought to you by Sam Bernstein Law, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, Corwell Health, Fago, The D Las Vegas, Northville Lumber, Feiger Law, Comerica, McLaren Health, Wallside Windows, Rocket, and Little Caesars Pizza.
Fly ball left field. It's deep. It's got a chance, and it's gone, a home run. Javi Baez, 2-run shot.
Ball with the call of the game from the Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers broadcast booth at Comerica Park. Here on
How can you go from one world-class athlete to another through some of the bravest acts of social protest in the world of sports? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
Jim Thorpe's resume reads like a work of pure fiction.
So he's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He got Olympic medals for the decathlon and the pentathlon.
That's not even just running. That's like, the discus and the hurdles and all of these things. He's the greatest at
I thought I was an athlete, Lindsay.
Thorpe finished his Major League Baseball career with the Boston Braves in 1919, where he played alongside an outfielder named Les Mann.
He invented this particular projector so that he could roll it, slow it down, stop, back it up, see how he's working his foot like this without burning the film.
So are you telling me that this is the first instructional baseball video out there?
In other words, he was the Tom Omansky of the 1920s.
And this is not all he's done, right? I mean, we're talking about the fact that he is huge in amateur baseball, right? And a big proponent for the Olympics.
Very early 30s, he started championing to get baseball into the Olympics. And he finally succeeded for the 1936 Olympics, which was held in Berlin.
The German government had discouraged other nations from sending Jewish and black athletes, a request that the United States refused to follow.
We sent over Jesse Owens, we sent over Jewish ball players, and we sent over Mac Robinson. Mac Robinson, Jackie Robinson's older brother.
Trailblazers like Thorpe and Robinson certainly lit the way for countless others to follow. Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Right field, Matt Vierling. Batting third at first base, Spencer Torkelson. Batting fourth in left field, Riley Green. Batting fifth at second base, Hao Yu Lee. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Kerry Carpenter. Batting seventh at shortstop, Zach McKinstry. Doing the catching and batting eighth, Jake Rogers. And batting ninth in center field, James Outman.
We had some rain moving through earlier today. Nice little shower, but it very nicely moved on. Clear skies above with some light cloud cover. Game time weather is brought to you by Clean Express Auto Wash. The official car wash of the Detroit Tigers. Fast, easy, clean, and free vacuums. Cooled off a couple of degrees since the storms moved through. 80 degrees. Our starting lineups today brought to you by Comerica Bank. If you want to elevate your small business's game, visit Comerica.com/succeed to learn how. Well, that brings us to our keys to the game, brought to you by Rave Associates, proud distributors of Bell's Brewery, Founders, and Long Drink. Let's talk about the keys for Framber Valdez, not just against an Athletics lineup that not quite the same as they are at home, and we've seen it the last 2 days. It's a fairly pitchable lineup away from their very hitter-friendly home ballpark. But, Dan, more than anything, to get back on track, to start making consistent starts, because it's kind of been every other start recently in terms of success and consistency.
I just look, he's not striking out very many people, and Framber can strike people out. He just hasn't been doing it. So when you're not striking people out, you're getting a lot of ground balls, but they could be finding some holes. Yeah. You're giving up some extra hits. It's just limiting those mistakes, right? If you're not striking people out, you've got to make sure that you're down in that strike zone with that sinker. You're not hanging the curveball, so limit those mistakes and start getting the strikeouts, and you'll be back to being the Framber that we all know.
And we've talked about it. A couple different things have led to a very low ground ball rate for a while. That was toward the end of the month of May, and now since the beginning of June, he's back to being that ground ball guy, Dan. It's been a couple of things, both the strike zone and kind of setting his sight lines higher for his sinker, but also he told us, the position of his elbow he realized was too high. That was leading to a lot of high sinkers. High sinkers get hit hard. He has lowered that elbow below shoulder height, and the ground ball rate is back to 60% his last 6 starts.
Yeah, and a lot of it, this looks like the sheer movement. I mean, when we're watching the game, you can tell when he's right, he's getting that nice sink, he's getting that nice horizontal movement to it. And when he struggles a little bit, you can see it's almost like, you talked about it one time, it's almost like the ball was cutting, and that could have something to do with his elbow.
Tigers are taking the field, trying to sweep the Athletics team, playing with a lot of confidence right now. You heard Jake Rogers behind the plate today doing the catching. If you missed the news from earlier today, the Tigers did make a roster move. First of all, the good news is Dylan Dingler, they not only had the negative x-rays, no broken bones in the hand, All the x-rays came back negative. That's good. And they also further checked him out. And, Dan, it sounds like they are optimistic that he might be able to play. He's getting much better. We talked to him today. The swelling's gone way down. He might be back in the lineup in a couple of days.
And that's the ideal situation. And I can't imagine what it looked like.
Yeah,
after.
If it was, yeah.
Because it was
still pretty puffy.
It was. The seams were still there. But he was like, yeah, I feel okay. And it said after treatment, it looked a lot better.
As Tarek helpfully pointed out, he said they're not as purple as they were last night.
Right.
Talking about the seams that you could see clearly right by his thumb. A little less purple. So the healing has already begun. The roster move was Eduardo Valencia has been brought up from AAA. We saw him in the spring. He is a bat-first guy. He does catching. Obviously can handle some catching duties. He can play first base, but the bat. And then Jahmai Jones, who had the tough year that we've talked about a lot, was designated for assignment. Tigers going for the sweep of the A's tonight. Perkins will have an opener for him. Framber Valdez on the mound for the Tigers. The Tigers come in at 42-50, winners of 7 of their last 8. The A's are 41-51. They now get ready to face the 32-year-old native of the Dominican Republic, Framber Valdez.
Yeah, and we were talking about Framber could really use a good outing after struggling his last 2. Has given up 9 runs in 11 innings on 17 hits while striking out just 3. But he has pitched well against the Athletics and owns an 8-2 record with a 2 ERA in 11 starts since 2022.
And
so this could be just the team for him.
It could be just the team for him. An A's team that scores more than a run fewer away from their home ballpark, a run a game fewer away from their home ballpark. They have scored 3 in the first 2 games of this series. Joshua Kuroda-Grauer, he's only 6 for 8 in the first 2 games as a leadoff hitter tonight. First pitch fastball, a sinker on the outside edge for a called strike, and we are underway here at Comerica Park in downtown Detroit. So glad to have you along for the wrap-up of this 3-game series. Tigers going for the sweep tonight. Upright, relaxed stance for Kuroda-Grauer. The strike 1, swing and a miss. Good curveball down. You can kind of tell early, sometimes, not always. But when he's got that curveball dialed in early, I think that's usually a good sign.
He throws like that one.
The 0-2, swing and a miss. A little better one down and in. A guy who did not swing and miss in the first 2 games. Strikes out on 3 pitches. First pitch tonight brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, you said it well. I mean, that's a great sign, just getting ahead with that sinker on the outside part of the plate and followed it with 2 really good curveballs that were not strikes.
Brings up Nick Kurtz, a lefty who can hit lefties. He just torches righties. Check swing and a slider down and away. A pitch that he doesn't throw much, at least to righties. He'll break it out. He's definitely a 4-pitch pitcher against lefties. Shuts down lefties for the most part. Righties have had the edge against him. The strike 1, swing and a miss. So a slider that went away for the check swing strike, and then that one in for the strike. Kurt steps out and considers things for a moment before he digs back in. Infield tonight, McGonigal at third, McKinstry at short. They shift to the right on the lefty. The outfield goes the other way. 0-2 slider, low and away. 3 straight to Nick Kurtz. It's a really impressive punch. 2-3 punch today. The 2 spot, the 3 spot. The 1-2 punch of Kurtz and Langoliers. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a sinker down and in. This is the kind of start you're looking for. The strikeout rate really does jump out at you when you look at Framber Valdez's numbers. I mean, it's not just the lowest of his career. It's the lowest of his career by a lot. He'd never been below 8.5 strikeouts per 9. He's at 7 this year. And what does that mean? That means a lot less swing and miss. And with that ground ball right down for a while, less options in terms of how he could get out of jams. Sinker, fouled out of play. Shea Langoliers at the plate, strike 1.
Well, that's just the kind of start that you want, but boy, in different ways, broke out the curveball to Kuroda-Grauer, and then through a couple of good sliders, getting them looking out over the plate, then that sinker in to Kurtz.
Strike 1. Changeup misses low and away.
Just well done on 2 different hitters, one right, one left. Went after him in different ways. Same result, though, with the strikeout swinging.
McGonigal at third, McKinstry at short. That means Lee's at second tonight. He shades up the middle. Torks at first. The outfield plays Langoliers to pull. Big numbers against righties this year, or against lefties this year. Change up and away. This is just a good hitter. Tigers done a great job against Kurtz and Langoliers. Kurtz 0 for 6, now 0 for 7. Langoliers 1 for 7 with a walk. Working third base side, Valdez into his motion to 2-1. Beauty of a curveball. Drops it out of the outside corner for a called strike 2. He can put that wherever he wants it at this moment.
Boy, that's such a good sign. The ones that he struck out Kuroda Grauer with were down and in. That one was the backdoor curveball. But boy, just the break to him, and even better that he's throwing it for strikes.
The 2-2. Swinging line drive foul down the right field line. Roberto Ortiz is our home plate umpire today. Alan Porter, the crew chief. He's at first. Jim Wolf at second. Alex McKay is tonight's third base umpire. Just underway. Framber Valdez trying to start the night with, well, striking out the side. The 2-2 again. Swing and a miss. Got him. Broke out the four-seam fastball. Pitch that he rarely throws, and he got Langoliers to chase. Well, there are your strikeouts.
And matched the number for the last 2 strikes, and also Tarek Skubal.
Bryce Harper will lead things off as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. That one's hit well. Out toward right center field. It is gone! Home run, Bryce Harper. First of the year. It's a 5-3 game. That was a pretty swing.
That's the way you turn on a ball. I got to believe that felt just absolutely wonderful for Bryce Harper. He needed that.
It's only the 3rd hit in 24 at-bats, but that's 425 feet.
Murakami to pull. 1-2 from Sandy. That one cut on and missed. And Murakami swings over the top of it. Another punch out for Munetaka Murakami.
Well, I'm going to say that was a changeup.
Yeah.
But either way, it was a nasty pitch down and away from Murakami.
Got him! Changeup! 2 away!
Well, this has been Picasso, Rembrandt, everything put together with the way he's worked on the mound, with the stuff he's had, the location.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
At AJG.com. Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and people strategy partner.
Fox 2 is just the best.
I watch before I go to bed.
You definitely hit the local angle very good. When I watch Fox, I feel like I'm getting the whole story.
They're working for you.
First inning today brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. Framber Valdez strikes out the side. Kevin McGonigal at the plate. 6 up, 6 down through 2. Colby Thomas, right-handed batter, takes a pitch a little bit low from Framber Valdez. Struck out the side in the first inning. First pitch strikes now to 5 of the first 6 hitters, or through 2. Now 5 of the first 7. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Tried to find that curveball. It's been sharp tonight. He has thrown it down and in to righties, away, and right in the middle of the strike zone to get swing and miss. The 1-1. Soft little tap foul. Kicks off to the third base side. Thomas limited at bats so far for the A's. He's still shy of 100 at bats. Comes in hitting .222. He's hit 3 home runs, though, in 28 at-bats against lefties. The 1-2 high and tight, so he is definitely a threat standing at home plate. Righties have had the edge. Framber, when he was not getting as many ground balls as we're used to seeing, was giving up a few home runs. But now that he's got that sinker working a little bit better, keeping it down, getting ground balls, it's just really more hits have been falling, not necessarily for extra base power. The 2-2. Soft little tap foul. The Tigers on deck circle, third base side. Another good curveball. The numbers for Fromber through 18 starts. Again, this has been the winningest pitcher, certainly one of the best pitchers in the game the last 5 years running. And the numbers have been very ordinary here so far in Detroit. 2-2, swing and a miss. Woo, curveball down and in. Fourth strikeout for Fromber Valdez, all swinging.
Yeah, that curveball has really looked excellent tonight. And just the way he's moving it around.
Man.
You know, and some of them are big. That one seemed like it was big, but still it was 80 miles an hour. You know, he'll throw it 77, 78, but that looked like it was big and ended up inside.
And Reagular takes first pitch changeup that floats up and away.
Just looks so good for so long, you know, that it's coming right at you, and then you swing at it, and then you look at the finished product, and it's inside.
Bolte, right-handed batter, swings, pops it up, torque track, and get first base side by the tarp. He has room to make the catch. Bolte's had some nice at-bats, homered in game one, pops out, 8 up, 8 down for Fromber Valdez. 18 starts, a 4-6 record with a 4.29 ERA. That's just over 100 innings of work. Opponents have hit 260. That is the highest opponents have hit against him in any of his last 6 seasons. And the 723 on base plus slugging OPS against is also the highest in the last 6 years. Alika Williams, his teammates down there at first base, Spencer Torkelson, product of Arizona State, drafted the same year as Torres, swings and fouls one off of Jake Rogers. Jake Rogers like, well, I've got to be okay because I'm the only guy available right now. No, Valencia's here.
I groaned, Dan. I'm sorry. The way it looked like it caught him in the right hand or arm, and then he came up limping. I thought for a moment you got to be kidding me. Another one on that throwing arm, and fortunately it wasn't.
Caught him on the leg, right?
Yeah.
And Eduardo Valencia is here. He can catch the 0-2. Swing and a tap foul. Boy, he's keeping that. You're right.
Yes.
He's moving that curveball around beautifully. Alika Williams also limited at bats. This is a very young team, and again, missing some important bats like Brent Rooker. So far, hitting 286 in his 77 at-bats. First start and first appearance of this series with the Tigers. The 0-2 ground ball, jam job to third. McGonigal gets around it, throws from third. Got him. Fine play. So smooth, made it look easy, and it was not. Fielded it in front of the bag. Had to make a strong throw across his body. Got Alika Williams easily at first. 9 up, 9 down. Fromber Valdez perfect through 3. We're headed to the bottom of the third score.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Schlittler, 25 years old. He spent the season until June in AA last year, then moved up to AAA, and he was called up to the Yankees on July 9th, and what a difference he made. Swing and a miss. Gets him on the sinker. Swing and a miss. That's the sinker. 4 strikeouts in a row, 8 on the game.
oakland.edu.
Davey Tree and the Detroit Tigers are excited to present triples for trees. 3 trees planted for every Tigers triple this season. That's 99 trees and counting.
Zach McKinstry hits a flare down the left field line, coming over and making a beautiful catch. Zach Geloff, and then he bangs into the stands, sliding from fair territory into foul. Zach Geloff has not played much outfield. That is as fine a play as you will see, and he is up and he is hopping around. What a play, and these Tigers fans applaud and appreciate that effort. Slicing drive, Geloff straight up, had to sprint toward the stands. He began his slide right at the foul line and then he banged the stands with his right knee. What a play. Tore his pants right at the knee. Trainer is out. He is now sitting down on the ground in left field. Zach Geloff's had a really nice year for the A's. He has not played much outfield, and they've been really impressed with the job that he has done. So hopefully it just needs a moment. After pretty hard contact with the fencing down the left field line, nope. He is going to come off.
Wow.
That's too bad. Tiger fans applauding him as he walks toward that A's dugout. I didn't think he had a play. Lawrence Butler has grabbed a glove, so he'll head out to left field now.
At least he looks like he's not, he's walking fairly normal with a nice pace to the athletic
he's not limping
dugout.
off the field, so
right.
You're right. That is a good sign.
Who knows if it's cut, because the pants were ripped. You don't know if there's a cut underneath there. I mean, I'd always think about that. Riley Green makes that play so well. You don't see opponents doing that very often. Riley
He did
Green
it the right
slides,
way by sliding feet first.
Yep.
But he slid a good 10 feet, 8 feet. Lawrence Butler will go to right field. And that pushes Colby Thomas to left field. Bolte, the speedster, is in center. So Thomas in left, Bolte in center, and Butler now in right. That was probably their best defensive alignment, Geloff, Bolte, Thomas.
Yep.
They all cover a lot of ground. They've been playing very well. 7 up, 7 down now for A's pitchers. Perkins, fastball just above the belt and on the outside edge, gets a called strike 1 from Roberto Ortiz. Jake, big night at the plate last night. Likely will have the catching duties for at least a couple of days. Fastball in while Dylan Dingler heals. It was just such a relief to hear that Dylan Dingler was not going on the injured list today, and that all the further testing after the x-rays were negative revealed that everything was fine, just swollen. Rogers swings and taps it foul at home plate.
And you feel like he's got to play this weekend to be able to play in that All-Star game.
Right.
And, I was thinking about that bat, holding that bat right up against that area of your right hand. If you get jammed, that bat being pushed back into that hand where that thumb is swollen, he's going to have to get some really serious treatment here in the next couple of days.
The 1-2. Slider misses low and away. Big improvement in first pitch strikes for Jack Perkins. Again, he does get a pretty solid amount of swing and miss. Strikeout rate's at 11.5 per 9. Fly ball left field. Deep and way back. Gone. How about Jake Rogers? Home runs in back-to-back games. That's his third. Tigers take a 1-0 lead in the third.
We talked about the pitch that he hit out last night was a fastball that was on that inner third of the plate where Jake opens up and lifts right into his bat path. That was almost the identical pitch. Four-seam fastball kind of moving on the inner third of the plate. Jake kind of cleared his hips, got into that swing path with that uppercut swing of his, and another home run for Jake Rogers.
Right-handed batters, as we said, have the edge against Jack Perkins, and that is one of the two pitches they have really not hit this year. So good for Jake Rogers. Righties are 7 for 50 against that four-seam fastball and changeup for Perkins, and he just hit the four-seamer out. Incredible, Dan. I mean, he hardly gets at bats. And it's so hard to get the bat going when you really get at bats off to a slow start, as we all know. But the demeanor is the same every day, and you are just happy to have him on your team. Outman swings and misses at a 1-1 changeup, 1-2.
But we were saying last night, he played in that game Sunday, off day Monday, and then forced into action. And then, right away, and now he's played back-to-back games. So he's played and got a little more playing time. It certainly seems to be some kind of a rhythm.
1-2. Fastball above the belt. Langoliers points the glove out, likes what he sees. Early home runs have kind of been the theme of these last 8 games, where the Tigers have won 7 of 8. The 2-2. Changeup misses down. Lefties hitting 248. It's 248. He walks a lot of lefties, Jack Perkins does, at twice the rate of righties, but he just does not give up much in the way of extra base hits. 2 left-handed batters. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. That's a very good changeup.
Yeah, stay with that changeup. I think he threw 3 in a row to Outman, just saying, okay, you're going to swing at one of these. I just need to get it a little bit closer to the plate, and that last one was.
Third inning today brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. For fast service and the best price, choose Mastercraft. Today's game brought to you in part by Meyer, an official partner of the Detroit Tigers. Cutter low and in. That's a hard cutter, 94. A great chat with Troy Melton about his harder cutter this year. He feels like that's making the slider better and the fastball better. And if you missed the game last night, we saw a good one last night. McGonigal takes a changeup low and in, struck out his first time up on a changeup. Always fascinating to watch. Kevin McGonigal, all right, haven't seen a guy before, struck me out in a changeup. Seems to be able to make that adjustment so quickly. The very next at bat, the 2-0. Sweeper at the belt for a called strike, 2-1. Kuroda Grauer, the third baseman, is deep and way off the line, basically where the hole would normally be, between short and third, with the shortstop Wilson right up the middle. The outfield just about straight up. They don't move a whole lot. The 2-1. Perfect fastball, 96, paints the black in 2-2.
Yeah, that one took Kevin by surprise there. I think after the previous sweeper that he saw, expected that one to bust in a little bit. It held true and caught that inside corner.
The 2-2. Ground ball fouled on the third base line. How did he hit that pitch there?
Just spoiled that. That was identical to the pitch that was called strike 2, and he somehow just, that real late emergency swing just to get a piece of it. But, man, spoiled a really good pitch.
Dribbled it, fouled on the third base line. Perkins works first base out of the rubber. Compact motion, 2-2. Lays off the changeup, the pitch that got him first time up. This is where I'm just so impressed. He's like, all right, I've seen it. I know when I lay off. He sees it out of hand. He recognizes the spin. The 3-2. Soft little tap foul. It's an incredible ability to recognize pitches and recognize spin.
It's like he sees it once and then, okay, I got it.
Another classic long Kevin McGonigal at bat. He'll see at least 8 pitches. Perkins, the righty, into his motion, the 3-2. Swing and a slicing drive fouled on the left field line. Thomas over, and oh my goodness, did he make the catch? He did. I didn't think he had a chance.
No.
I thought that was going into the netting, first of all, and then Thomas got a great jump, and he made the catch right at the netting by the stands, staying on his feet the whole time. Great play. 2 great plays. One takes a player out of the game, Geloff, and then Thomas makes an equally good play in foul territory. McGonigal flies out.
at callsam.com.
Joshua Kuroda-Grauer leads off for the A's, top of the 4th inning. Framber Valdez has gone 9 up, 9 down. 4 strikeouts, 3 ground balls, and a pop-up. Kuroda-Grauer grounds one foul down the 3rd base line. 4th inning is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. The strike one. Change up and away. We'll see the A's again in early August, late July, early August, before going on to Seattle. Be really interested to see. It's only a few weeks from now, obviously, but be interested to see where Kuroda-Grauer is at that point. Curveball misses away because we sure have been impressed with the quality of his at-bats. That was his reputation coming up after being a terrific hitter at Rutgers. The 2-1. Soft tap foul, big bending curveball. That curveball has had bite wherever he throws it all game long. Sometimes it's very inconsistent, and it really is, Dan, the pitch that kind of explains the differences between the Super 2024 season, kind of tailed off at the end last year, still a good season, 2-2, swinging a slicing foul down the right field line, and then the up and down this year. When he's at his best, the sinker curveball combination is leading the way.
It is, and that curveball is the big strikeout pitch. And you're seeing some really uncomfortable looking swings and big misses too when they do swing at the curve.
2-2, fastball up and away. He started to break that out, kind of like, well, Jack Flaherty threw 10 sinkers his last start, pitch that he never throws. He's starting to use that a little bit more. Framber Valdez is using the 4-seam fastball just a little bit more. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. That was a 2-seam fastball above the belt. Joshua Kuroda-Grauer strikes out for the 2nd time. He'd made nothing but contact with 6 hits in the first 2 games. Strikes out to start the 4th. 10 up, 10 down for Framber.
You know, and you think just that sinker, again, it doesn't have to necessarily be down if it's up, because all those curveballs are starting right up at that same level And that had tremendous movement on it.
Nick Kurtz swings and misses at a sinker, 96. Velocity on the fastball, and the sinker has been his best pitch this year, is the same, down a tick, but basically the same as last year. And he has always thrown it up and down, swinging a foul, because of what you just said. I'm a 3-pitch guy, I have to throw the one pitch fastball I throw is a sinker, 2-seamer. I have to be able to throw that up off the curveball or vice versa.
Right, and it's not just the 4-seam. You'll see a lot of pitchers use the 4-seam and the curveball together, but because he throws so few 4-seamers, he's got to tunnel it with the sinker up at top.
0-2, ground ball serves softly to McGonigal. He charges Fields and fires to Torkelson at first. Kurtz just kind of guided that one. McGonigal was shaded up the middle a little bit, playing third tonight. And he knew he didn't have to rush to get Kurtz at first. 11 in a row retired by Framber Valdez. 1-0 Tigers in the fourth on a Jake Rogers home run. Every Tigers home run this year is a Little Caesars Pizza home run. Order online for delivery or Pizza Portal pickup. First time Jake has homered in back-to-back games since September of 2023. Slider down and in, hits the back foot of Shea Langoliers. A pitch that he almost never throws to righties. Results in a hit batter. First base runner for the Athletics.
I mean, it's just in the fourth inning, but, Framber was like, hey, I haven't had a base runner yet, and hits him, and he's like, man, they know, hey, I don't want to give up any base runners. And was kicking himself.
That brings up Jonah Heim. He has been dangerous from the right side since joining the A's. Started the year with Atlanta. First pitch sinker, very close. Did not get the call, ball one. Lee at second base, shades up the middle. The outfield almost straight up. Outman a few steps toward right center. Sinker misses low at 2-0 on Jonah Heim, hitting .243 between the two teams with 9 home runs. 8 of those home runs, though, with the A's. It's kind of their calling card. Mostly at home. Heim's power has been from the right side. 2-0 changeup is down, 3-0. I think Framber Valdez knows that. He has not come close to throwing him a strike.
The other thing, too, is it's kind of one of those weird deals where, you're cruising right along and you haven't been in the stretch since you threw down in the bullpen, so it may just take a couple pitches to right himself.
3-0. Strike called. Wow. Well, there was one earlier that should have been a strike. Jake didn't challenge that. Heim didn't challenge that one. The count should be 3-1, and it is. Very upright stance, tucks the left shoulder in, cocks the bat high over the right, to 3-1. Same spot, and this time challenge. This one is the actual strike, and Jonah Heim challenged the wrong one. I think we'll see. You hear the crowd. And I'll bet Jonah right there, Heim is standing at home plate going, I knew I should have challenged one.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not letting another one go by. I'm challenging it.
Langoliers at first, 2 outs, 1-0 Tigers in the fourth. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Another curveball. Another beauty. 6th strikeout for Framber Valdez. Ends the fourth. Many have come on the curveball. Tigers.
The Red Sox got their 4th of July party started early with a 4-game sweep of the struggling Yankees at Fenway.
Can you believe it?
It's the first time the Sox have swept a 4-game series from the Yankees since 2018, and it's largely thanks to the efforts of their red-hot rookie-filled rotation. With the Yankee offense continuing to struggle without Aaron Judge, the Sox pitchers didn't miss a beat. Connolly early set the stage with a 9K performance in a Game 1 duel against Cam Schlittler, while Peyton Tolley provided a strong follow-up act with 7 one-hit innings in Game 2. And the newest rookie, Jake Bennett, got in on the action himself and took home the win in Game 3.
And all of a sudden, the Red Sox are rolling against their arch rival.
But it was the veteran Sonny Gray who provided the showstopper in Game 4, taking a no-hitter into the 8th in his finest start of the year. Jarren Duran capped the sweep with a 10th inning walk-off that kept the Yankees tumbling out of first place.
Leading off against the lefty Brandon Williamson is O'Neal Cruz here.
Oh my.
Fly ball, right center field, and O'Neal Cruz with his first Cruz missile of the year. Off the lefty, Brandon Williamson. Cruz crushes it. Pirates get the run back. They lead 6-1.
That's a beautiful thing. You ride it out for times just like that. It's just a special talent. It comes together like that, and you're very thankful because he can change the scoreboard.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.
Right call made. 1-800-CALL-SAM. Fastball bounces up to Matt Vierling. 2-3-4 hitters. Vierling, Torkelson, and Green here in the fourth inning. Today's game brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Jake Rogers with his second home run in as many days. Third of the year has given the Tigers a 1-0 lead. Changeup, swing and a miss. Jack Perkins. Mark Kotze and the A's getting creative, using an opener for a guy that they still obviously believe in. Not much in the numbers that make you think, well, this guy could be good. But as we talked about, he's got some traits that suggests he knows how to miss barrels, doesn't give up extra base hits. Strike throwing is improved, and he gets swing and miss. The 2-1. Swinging a high fly ball. Shallow right field. Butler will call off the center fielder Bolte and make the catch in shallow right center. So he gave up the home run to Rogers, but he's getting a lot of easy outs otherwise.
Yeah, that sweeper's a big pitch of his, and just got Matt Vierling to hit that little lazy fly ball. Just maybe you don't know if he meant to throw that four-seamer on the inside part to Jake Rogers. But, you know, you're going to make some mistakes.
Sinker in, swing and a miss.
That doesn't mean you can't hit that sweeper or that changeup of his either. It's just you got to make sure that you're not chasing it, making him come over with, throw a strike with it, and you can do some damage on it.
Torque swings and taps it foul down the third base line. Always interesting to see when a hitter with some thump at the plate, a hitter that might be hot. He just saw a pitch from Perkins, Torkelson did, that he only throws 2% of the time. The sinker, the 0-2, fastball up, and that's what happens when you start to hit. You start to hit with power, or you're heating up as a hitter, or you're just a threat. You start to see the pitch they throw the least. Torkelson waiting on a 1-2. Sweeper away. It's worth repeating. Righties 7 for 50 combined against the four-seam and change against Perkins. They are 19 for 51, hitting .370 against the sweeper and cutter. Hang a sweeper right here. The 2-2. Nope. Fastball low and away. 3-2 on Torque. Steady 96 on that fastball.
You know, just thinking about Torque, too, I know we're past the halfway part of the schedule, but, you know, hit his 15th home run, and you know what? He gets really hot. He could have another one of those 30 home run years.
No question. 3-2. Swing and a tap foul. Starting to find a few more hits.
Yeah.
And he needed to. That average had fallen down to 200. To get it up to 215 doesn't sound like much, but it's indicating that he's starting to just take his hits. We certainly saw that on the road trip. Singles up the middle, singles to right. And you don't have that pitch to drive. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Again, the 3-2. Swing and a pop-up. Foul and out of play, first base side. Fastball middle, he took a rib. But even though, as you said, it's not a pitch that you look at the metrics or the shape of it and you go, wow, it is a pitch that's been very successful for him. I think that low arm slot helps.
Yeah.
That low vertical approach angle maybe.
I know the one that he got Kerry Carpenter with was one of those upshoot fastballs.
3-2. Swinging a high fly ball left field. Thomas going back to the fence. Has room right by the edge of the visiting bullpen. Torkelson made a bid. I think he got it just off the barrel for the second out of the fourth inning. Good swing.
Yes. And, you know, he just missed the other one, the previous one, the four-seam fastball, had a good swing at it. And that one, just for a moment, you thought maybe it had just enough and kind of died right at the fence.
100 off the bat, just a little bit underneath it. Green at the plate. Riley swings and fouls the fastball out of play. 1-0 Tigers are in the fourth inning. Glad to have you along. Beautiful night for baseball in downtown Detroit. We've had good crowds for this series. Phillies are coming in this weekend, and we've got some pitching matchups for you.
No, don't we? You got the big three for the Phillies, that's for sure.
The strike one, changeup in the dirt. Aaron Nola has not had a very good year, but we know he can.
Yeah,
on a given night.
He's still a big name. Yeah.
Jack Flaherty against Aaron Nola on Friday. How about Casey Mize against Sanchez on Saturday? Changeup misses down and away. And then Scooble Wheeler. I mean, if you like that kind of thing, Scooble Wheeler is the matchup on Sunday. 2-1. Soft ground ball to third. Kuroda Grauer fields near second and flips it over to first. On a 2-1, Riley Green grounds out, and Perkins has been pretty impressive.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Reynolds makes a diving catch. Tremendous play by the Pirates left fielder.
Soto saves 2 runs with a beautiful diving catch.
Big time play. And that's the best play I've seen him make.
A sliding catch is made by Luke Raley. A tremendous catch. Diving Frelick made the catch. Sal in right center on the dead sprint.
Kreidler dives and catches it.
What a play. What a play.
Eddie in right field. Diving play by Perez. Thomas slides in, makes the catch. He used the wet grass as a bit of a slip and slide. Makes the loopy catch in front of the wall.
This one hit hard, but Sam is there to make the play.
Soft liner, and it's caught by leaping Zach Neto. Kyle Teal showing his former team. That's the arm I got. Racing after it, Palacios. Towards foul territory, makes a basket attempt and a catch.
Decking leader in the official lumber yard of the Detroit Tigers radio network, NorthvilleLumber.com.
Fifth inning is brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win. 1-0 Tigers. We got a pitcher's duo going. Framber Valdez ground ball, base hit into left field. Sinker was up, and Jacob Wilson did not miss. Sharp single into left, first hit of the day for the A's. He hit a fly ball to center. Probably got the 2 best swings of the game.
And that was, just you haven't seen that sinker from Framber all night tonight. He was on the edges every single time, and that one just happened to catch too much of the plate.
Swinging a foul out of play. Interesting talk with AJ in the pregame about a week or so ago. Talking about both Framber and the new strike zone and the Tigers in general. Sinker a little bit low. The Tiger walk rate with the new smaller strike zone in April was got to be precise with it. It's 3.7 walks per 9 in April. And then it dropped to 3 exactly. And then it dropped to 2.4 walks per 9 in June. And in July, it's been 2.1. Geloff takes a pitch in. That's an incredible improvement. So it was that period of adjustment to start. And for AJ, looking back, he said it felt like the new ABS system and the smaller strike zone, and it is smaller. Flip over to first to drive Wilson back. But he said it's kind of a psychological game. He said you're not trying to beat the strike zone and the ABS system. You're trying to throw quality strikes. Ooh, curveball, the worst one of the night, hits Butler. That one got away from him. Wow. He's thrown so many good ones tonight. Trainer will come out, but I'm pretty sure he's... Wow, he kind of threw his right arm at it, and it missed. I think he's got protective padding from his shoulder to past his elbow, and he kind of threw his forearm at it, and I think it hit his bare skin.
It did. Yep, it between his hand and his elbow, it's just the bare skin. Just missed his glove, missed his padding on his elbow, and just smacked right into that bare skin.
He's fine. He's down at first base. First two are on here in the fifth inning. So this becomes a big moment for Framber Valdez. First pitch to Colby Thomas, big miss on a changeup up and away. So AJ feels like at the beginning guys were kind of nibbling, trying to get calls from the ABS. He said the strike zone's a strike zone, and you have to win that battle over the plate. You beat teams by throwing the ball over the plate. And he feels like they've done a very good job since then. And he feels like the ups and downs for Framber have been largely, he said, that's the psychological battle that I'm talking about in his starts, because he was kind of pitching to the perceived new strike zone instead of, as AJ said, living at the bottom rail where he knows he's going to have success.
And just, I mean, you've got to beat the opponent in the strike zone with your stuff. Your stuff is plenty good. Framber's, I mean, he's proven it all these years. His stuff is good.
Thomas swings and lifts a fly ball to right field. This one's deep. Going back Vierling, though, he'll make the catch onto the track. Wilson will tag and scoot over the third. Throw goes to second. Colby Thomas has 4 home runs, and he made a bid for a 3-run shot there. It's just a deep fly ball out. Good swing. Runners at the corners now, 1 out. And this is where you look for Framber. He could just reliably get the ground ball in these situations for an inning-ending double play. You're not going to get it with this guy at the plate. But the lower ground ball rate has led to a lot fewer double plays turned behind Framber. Bolte at the plate. Good contact skills and great speed. Sinker, swing, and a miss.
This is where you take one of those strikeouts with the curveball. Yep. But Jake Rogers did a good thing in going out to talk to Framber. Big misses with a sinker, a curveball, and a changeup.
Strike one. Sinker misses low at 95. 1-1. Bolte, pretty decent plate discipline and a lot of swing and miss in this bat.
And he just realized that, hey, right now you're missing with everything. So it was just a nice trip out to the mound just to get him refocused in his delivery.
Sidearm flick over to first to drive Geloff or Butler back. Butler does not have great speed, not a big base stealing threat. Ground ball to first, backhanded by Torque. He's going to throw it on to second for one, relay back to first, and no chance. Absolutely no chance. I thought Torque might go home, but the A's score a run on the bounce out from Bolte. We've got a 1-1 game.
Yeah, they made that a lot closer than I thought they had a chance to. Zach McKinstry coming across that bag on the run, and by the time he threw it, was a couple steps in front of second base, and boy, it just made that, still it got there easy, but a lot closer than I ever thought.
Wilson was coming down the line at third. Torque had a play at the plate. Man, watching him run to first, that's impressive. 1-1 game. Lika Williams takes a pitch away. quickly 2-0. Changeup misses big, so some big misses now. Misses earlier had been over the plate. Williams originally drafted by the Rays the same year as Torque was the 1-1. He was a first-round pick 36 picks later. Snap throw over to first. From Pittsburgh, from the Rays to Pittsburgh, where he's been the last couple of years. Plays in the middle of the infield. A's picked him up in a trade with the Pirates in May. The 2-0. Swinging a foul out of play. Has not hit yet at the major league level. Again, a couple of home runs this year. One run on one hit. No error for each team. The 2-1. Sinker right at the belt, squarely in the strike zone, gets the called strike. Bolte with 11 steals, and teams have been running on Fromber. I'm surprised he hasn't already taken off for a second. The 2-2 ground ball. Nice big hop for McGonigal. He charges fields, fires across the diamond to get Williams at first. Fielder's choice with runners at first and third brings home a
play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Michigan kids. Go Tigers!
Got the good read on it, throws him out.
Nick Kurtz, the lefty, takes a curveball for a strike. Check some scores from the 1-800 Call Sam Studios scoreboard. Brought to you by Meijer, the official grocery retailer of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Atlanta 10-5 over Pittsburgh. Mike Yastrzemski with a grand slam in that game for the Braves. Curveball misses low and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ben Rice had a 2-homer game. He had 5 RBIs with a 2-run home run and a 3-run home run. 28 home runs for Ben Rice. Yankees beat the Rays 12-4. Jam job, broken back, ground ball back to the mound, fielded by Valdez. Little easy flip over to first to get Kurtz. Man, have the Tigers done a nice job against Nick Kurtz, the most dangerous hitter in this lineup, along with Langoliers. Danny's 0 for 9, and he hasn't hit a ball hard.
You know, these swings that he's had today, and, you know, he came out of that game with the illness yesterday, but man, I mean, a strikeout, a weak ground out to Kevin McGonigal, and that thing just bat shattered, just dribbler back to Fromber.
Now a line drive, base hit into center, sinker up. Shea Langoliers drilled it into center field. Wilson hit a ball hard last inning on a sinker that was up for a single. That's just the second hit for the A's. Thomas hit a deep fly ball to right. I'm looking for other hard contact. Really, that's about it. 2 singles and a deep fly ball. 3-1 Tigers are in the 6th inning. 6th inning is brought to you by the Jack Demmer Automotive Group. When and experience the Demmer difference. Boston goes into Chicago. Sweeps the Chicago White Sox. Line drive, base hit into center. Another sinker up and a bullet off the bat of Jonah Heim. Back-to-back sharp singles to put a couple of men on with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Second trip through the order is when Valdez has been at his best. Numbers go up a little bit at the 3rd trip through the order, but what you do notice, after 75 pitches, Framber Valdez has been nearly unhittable this year. He's at 74 with his first offering to Jacob Wilson. Changeup, strike at the belt. After 75 pitches, opponents have 11 hits in 71 at-bats. The strike one. Beauty of a curveball. Bottom rail for a called strike 2. Wilson 1 for 2. Hit the ball hard right to Outman his first time up in center field. Then a sharp single. Ground ball single into left field was the first hit of the game. That came leading off the 5th. 3-1 Tigers in the 6th. 2 on, 2 outs. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Wilson slams the helmet down. A curveball got him. That has been a weapon for Framber Valdez tonight.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. The Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and drive in a couple of runs. Cranked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wills around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one headed for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the 3rd straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz, hot shot, and he makes the catch. That got on there on a line, and he's telling Jose Calmeyer, did you see that?
I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
Crafted for the ultimate balance and good times.
Matt Vierling takes first pitch strike. 6th inning, 2-3-4 hitters, Vierling, Torkelson, and Green. Luis Medina missed all of last year because of Tommy John surgery. Has come back throwing BBs, 98, 99, 97 on the fastball. Saw 3 quality pitches last inning. And as Dan said, he doesn't really always know where it's going. Last 9 innings, 1 run on 6 hits, 9 walks, and 16 strikeouts. Swinging a line drive, base hit into right center. Little inside out swing from Matt Vierling. That's his specialty. He drops a flare into right center for a hit. That's good feeling for him. He's gone 0 for 7 the last 2 days. And he did it against a righty.
That sure was. That's this sinker just kind of running in on the hands, just inside out of it. Shot it into right center. Good start here. Love to see the Tigers pick up another couple runs. Give a little bit more separation for Framber Valdez.
Matt taking an aggressive lead off first, not a combination you're going to steal against with the big fastball of Medina. He's pretty quick to home plate, too. First pitch slider, grabs the outside edge. Torque at the plate. Fly ball to right, routine, and then a fly ball to left his last time up. Logan Harris Lefty up and throwing for the A's in their bullpen. The strike one. Slider away. They're back down to 2 lefties in the bullpen, I noticed.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they had to try to get Suarez to start that game, just because Jacob Lopez, I mean, he threw 63 pitches on Tuesday.
The 1-1. Ground ball and a high chop to short. Wilson has to wait for the second bounce, throw to second. They just got Vierling. Not an easy play because that ball is hit on such a high chop. He has to wait for the second bounce, and they just barely got Vierling.
That was, I mean, just live, it looked like it was just such a bang play. Wow. Just inches.
So you swap Torque for Vierling at first. Riley Green swings, hits a fly ball to left field, right to Thomas. Barely has to move a step, makes the catch. Riley is 0 for 3, has struck out, grounded out. That's just a pop-up basically to left field. I was just about to say, Riley's due for a home run. I mean, it's been 3 games. He's been on such a home run tear on the road trip. I'm like, that's a home run drought right now. What a road trip he had. Brings up Hao-Yu Lee. First pitch, fastball, swinging a foul back to the screen. Robbed of a hit his last time up. Got a high fastball. Drilled it into center field. And that was kind of the beginning of the end for Perkins. That was the beginning of the good swings. Walk, home run, walk, and his night was done. Very distinctive upright closed stance for Hao-Yu Lee. Slider away. As closed as you will see, that left foot's well in front of the right. He extends the hands up and away from the right shoulder with the bat upright. Cocks the bat over the shoulder as the pitch comes in. Torque short, cautious lead at first, the 1-1. You could see the knees buckle on a slider that grabbed the outside corner, 1-2.
Yeah, that's that one. He can really spin it. He spins that slider real well, the curveball, but that slider, opponent's hitting just 0.59 on it.
The 1-2. Ground ball softly out in front of home. Fielded by Langoliers. Easy toss down to Heim to get Hao-Yu Lee. Just about perfect for.
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that, like, it was that moment where we're like, wow, this is really something.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like, everybody's there having a good time rooting us on. So I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Northville Lumber is Michigan's Trex decking leader in the official lumber yard of the Detroit Tigers radio network. NorthvilleLumber.com.
Ball off the plate and in. Came into the game when Geloff had to come out in the second after making the great catch. Only one trip to the plate. Hit by a pitch. Curveball that got away from Framber Valdez. That has been his pitch tonight. Sinker in at 96. He's held that velocity really nicely too. 95, 96. And the strike throwing, Dan, 78 pitches, 52 strikes, 26 balls, the 2-1 strikes to balls you're looking for.
And I just like the location of where he's throwing the sinker and the curveball.
1-1, swing and a miss, perfect slider away, foul tip off the glove of Jake Rogers.
The only time they've gotten a hit is when the sinker is not located on one of the corners where he's kind of leaked it over the center of the plate. But the majority of the game, he's been on every corner.
Butler, left-handed batter, also with a closed stance. Upright, knees just slightly flexed. Hands extended away from the left shoulder of the bat, upright. Cocks it over the shoulder as the pitch comes in. Takes a pitch in the dirt, 2-2. Nice to see the swing and miss for Framber Valdez in this game. Talked about it. Swing and miss rate is as low as it's ever been. Swing and a miss. Curveball wipes out Butler.
And another one just beautifully located. Then you're going to have some pitches that you don't always locate. And this is what we were saying, boy, just limit the mistakes going into this game. And Framber has. But he's gotten the strikeout pitch in today's game, but he's really limited the mistakes.
8 strikeouts for Framber. Change up in the dirt. Pitch counted 81. Trying to give the Tigers 7 innings for the first time since mid-April. The only time he has done it this year. The 1-0. Check swing went too far. Home plate umpire Roberto Ortiz doesn't have to appeal to anybody. 8 strikeouts unofficially in my scorebook. I've got all 8 on swinging third strikes.
Me too.
Colby Thomas batting. He's 0 for 2 today. Deep fly ball to right last time up. 1-1. Ground ball chopped up the middle. Hayuli gets around it right by second. On the grass behind the mound. Flips to first. 2 up and 2 down. And look at the ground balls he's getting, Dan.
Yeah.
These are soft ground balls.
That last one went right over Framber's head, and he kind of got all contorted. Almost tried to catch it behind his head with his glove, like, get out of the way. Hayuli is standing right there. Don't try to stick your glove out and try to catch that. And luckily, fortunate for the Tigers, he wasn't able to get a piece of that.
Bolte takes a curveball strike. Literally just a couple of misses on the curveball and the changeup.
That's
today.
all. That is all.
A couple of mislocations with the sinker, and they hit it both hard, but just for singles. This has been an impressive display. Valdez, changeup, swing and a miss. This is the guy we got used to seeing whenever we went to Houston or Houston came here. I mean, it's a 3-pitch mix with the occasional slider for lefties, and it worked. And it's been very inconsistent this year. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Got him with a curveball. Man, if that's the end of the night, that's an exclamation point to end it. 9th strikeout for Framber Valdez. 6 on the curveball. 7th inning stretch time in Detroit.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
So the museum opens in 1999. Grandpa was just an amazing human being, and we want to share his legacy with the next generation of baseball fans and non-baseball fans alike. I kind of like to have the cards as a reminder, like I can kind of look at his face and see what he looked like that year. It just kind of helps me visualize in my mind what it would have been like to see him play, because I didn't get that chance.
Catch, Kemp will tag. He scores, and Agbayani got there with 3 outs. 2 runs will score. Burks is in. Agbayani gave the ball to the fan. Watch this. He hands the ball, starts off.
All about thick, durable grass, built for life's big and small moments. Pennington Grass Seed, available at the Home Depot.
If you need orthopedic care, McLaren's expert team can help you move better and feel better. Get the care you deserve at McLaren.org.
Eduardo Valencia bringing people to their feet here at Comerica Park, making his major league debut. Just called up from Toledo. 26 years old. First pitch line drive. Fouled on the first base line. It was fair for a long time until it wasn't. Pinch hitting for Kerry Carpenter with a 3-1 lead for the Tigers. New pitcher for the Athletics, Hogan Harris, who's done a nice job at the back end of the bullpen. Lefty on the mound, so Valencia gets his first major league at bat. The strike one. Fastball misses in. Always an exciting moment. We saw him in the spring. This is a lively bat. Quiet start, really only through mid-April. Then his bat started to heat up. It's been torch. He's been red hot since the beginning of June. Pitch bounces up the home plate, hitting .350 in his last 98 at-bats. OPS over 1,000 since the beginning of June with 7 home runs. This is his calling card, a lively, explosive bat. 2-1. Fly ball center field. This one's deep. Bolte's going back to the track at the wall. And gone! Oh, man! Eduardo Valencia, first major league at bat. He goes to the deepest part of the ballpark. Oh, it's incredible. Tigers in the 7th.
He got to second base and he was like skipping around the bases. He saw that go over Bolte's head and over the glove, over the fence, and was almost just skipping around second like, oh my goodness, I just went deep in my first major league at bat.
To the deepest part of the ballpark where we see maybe, half a dozen home runs a year over the center field fence. 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and he did not miss. What a moment.
I didn't know they'd see another fastball after lining that one down the right field line. And Harris says, all right, kid, I'm going to challenge you. And Valencia said, well, I'll just show you why not to.
Curveball bounces. Wow. That is incredible. Coming off the bench, pinch hitting for Kerry Carpenter. Lefty on the mound. You get a 2-1 fastball, and he did not miss. The 1-2 to McKinstry, swinging a slicing drive down the left field line. Thomas on the run, and that ball is foul. Took a bad route to the ball, kind of came over instead of back, and I thought maybe it was going to drop fair.
Valencia says, well, I keep hearing about all your home runs you guys are hitting up here since June 1st, so I'm gonna join in the fun.
Bolte almost got to that ball.
He did.
Thank goodness he hit it 103 off the bat. any less, and I think Bolte might have been there. 5th pitch of the at-bat. Swinging a foul out of play. Zach had great numbers against lefties last year. It helped drive the best production by far of his career. Right now, I think AJ's very comfortable. Well, we see it all the time. Starting him against lefties, righties, because he can give you good at-bat from against both sides. Curveball bounces up to home plate. 6th pitch of the at-bat is ball 2. Every Tigers home run this year is a Little Caesars Pizza home run. Order online for delivery or pizza portal pickup. Not many who have hit a home run in their first major league at-bat. Swing and a miss. McKinstry can't find the curveball. Kilbadoo did it in his first at-bat. Or was that his first game? First at-bat, wasn't it?
It was his first at-bat.
Yeah, to left.
Left field.
First pitch that he saw. But it hasn't happened often in franchise history. What a thrill. Curveball away to Jake Rogers. McKinstry strikes out after the home run. Jake has reached 5 consecutive at-bats. Trips to the plate going back to yesterday. 2 homers, a single, and 2 walks. He takes a pitch in the dirt and is now 2-0. Home run power has accounted for all 4 runs tonight. Rogers with his 2nd in as many days, 3rd of the year, got the scoring started. McKinstry with a 2-run home run in the 5th. Jake takes a fastball off the plate and in, quickly 3-0. Eduardo Valencia in his first major league at-bat makes it a 4-1 game. The 3-0. Fastball in. He walked him on 4 pitches. They can't get Jake Rogers out right now.
Jake on again. There it is.
6 consecutive trips to the plate. That brings up James Outman. When your bottom of the order is producing, man, it just changes the whole look of the lineup, the whole feel for the offense, game to game. Look at the bottom of the order today. Fastball away to James Outman. Carpenter had drawn a walk ahead of the McKinstry home run. So from the 6 down to the 9 hitters, they've been on a total of 6 times, and they've hit the 3 home runs. The 1-0 to Outman. Curveball down, 2-0.
Yeah, you're just not relying on a couple of guys when that 1 through 9 now is just, boy, you never know when somebody's going to go deep. That's the danger of it. I mean, there's just danger lurking at every corner of that lineup right now.
2-0, fastball paint.
Previous pitch was callable, catcher challenging.
This is going to be a strike. Langolier is with the confidence to challenge. There's only 1 challenge left.
This is overturned. I'd like to have 1 challenge remaining.
2-1 the count on Outman, hardest working player, brought to you every game by Carhartt. Proud to support Detroit Tigers baseball and all the hardworking people who make it possible. Well, this automatically, if you hit a home run in your first major league at bat, you get hardest working player. That's the rule.
I agree with that one. I mean, you got to get some kind of an award for that. I mean,
there may be more to come for Eduardo Valencia.
You know, and it's just, again, he's from Venezuela, and just on everything that, you know, his family has gone through. They're trying to get here.
Outman hits one deep to left. Thomas is tracking in onto the warning track in left center. Another fine running catch by an A's outfielder. Good swing from James Outman. Caught on the warning track. Thomas has made a lot of fine plays in left field. Started the game in right field. 7th inning brought to you by Snethkamp Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. The Snethkamp Automotive family is celebrating 100 years in 4 great Michigan locations. You can contribute to the Detroit Tigers Foundation to help victims of the earthquake in Venezuela. Through today, 100% of the donations made to the Tigers Foundation will go to help the Red Cross and the relief efforts in Venezuela. It is still a massive, massive job. Line drive, base hit into right field. Jake Rogers will scoot over to third. McKinstry rounding first, big turn and hold. Jake will go into third standing up. Not going to hold Kevin McGonigal down for a whole game very often. Line drive single into right, puts runners at the corners for Matt Vierling.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Dan. I was saying, you know what? He's 0 for 3, hasn't been on base yet. Are you really going to be able to keep him down? And he hung a curveball, and nope, shot it into right field.
Jake Rogers had to duck down to get out of the way of the screaming line drive. 4-1 Tigers, runners at the corners trying to add on. Scott Emerson, the pitching coach, out to the mound. If you would like to contribute to the Detroit Tigers Foundation and help in the relief efforts from the American Red Cross, you can go to tigers.com/donate. Again, through today, 100% of the money donated to the Tigers Foundation will go for those relief efforts. Matt Vierling's 1 for 3 today, singled his last time up. Good swing and a fastball. 4 runs, 5 hits for the Tigers, 3 home runs, 1 run, 3 hits for the A's. Neither team has made an error. First pitch to Matt Vierling. Fastball up and away, ball 1. Williams at second base, shades up the middle. Wilson also at shortstop, shades up the middle because they know Matt Vierling doesn't pull the ball a ton. Curveball on the outside third, gets a called strike.
Just thinking right along, too. Just maybe he can get another pitch that's up, just like the last one that he hit into right center, Matt Vierling.
1-1, swinging to foul. There was the pitch.
Yes.
Fastball away.
That was the one about belt high. Thigh high anyway, just out over the plate, and that's that one that Matt Vierling likes, and he likes to shoot it the other way.
Got a pretty big hole to shoot through on the right side. The 1-2. Fastball up and away. Fourth pitch of the at-bat is ball 2. Fourth year with the A's for Hogan Harris. He's been very good the last 3 years. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball above the belt. At 95. Vierling strikes out. Eduardo Valencia gives this crowd a thrill. First major league at bat. A home run to straightaway center. We head to the 8th inning. Tigers on top 4-1 on the Detroit.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games, pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. You know, it was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team. And this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. You know, the black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
First pitch. Swinging a line drive, shallow center. On comes Young. He goes into a slide. Did he catch it? Yes, he did. Second base umpire points to the first base umpire, Blakeney. Says he caught it on a sliding grab. What a catch by Young. Just making sure he got it. He did. Phillies don't have a challenge, and Jacob Young saves a couple of runs with that sliding shoestring catch.
And no question, right into his glove. No short hop. Great play. Huge play.
So after all that, the base is left loaded. A 1-1 game.
Pitch and change brought to you by Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Tigers with a 4-1 lead. 8th inning, Kyle Finnegan takes over on the mound after 7 superb innings from Framber Valdez. Well, that was great to see, Dan. We've been waiting for a start like that.
It was, and it's just the starting pitching has been so good for the Detroit Tigers since June 1st, and it was just like everybody was just waiting for Framber to kind of join in and pitch just as well as the rest of the group.
Ground ball, base hit past third base. Jeff McNeil, pinch hitting lefty, punches it by a drawn in Kevin McGonigal. Pinch hitting for Alika Williams. Been a tough year for McNeil. Single to lead off the 8th inning. 4-1, Tigers on top. But going back to Framber, I mean, that's a gem.
And that was that's vintage Framber, I think. That's what you're looking. That's what you were hopefully looking for when Framber signed here. Is just that's the way he was in Houston.
Kuroda Grauer, who has started his major league career coming into this game, 15 for 30. A .500 batting average.
Figured it wouldn't probably stay there.
No, but I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that before. 30 at-bats in, you're hitting 500. We were not thinking he was going to be the first 500 hitter in baseball history. But that's impressive.
I saw it, and there was Mitchell Page was I think the last A to have. There was some stat that was the last one to have a start like Kuroda Grauer.
1-1, swing and a miss. There's the good splitter from Kyle Finnegan. 1-2. Short crosses lead at first for McNeil. Leadoff single. The 1-2. Ground ball to third. McGonigal to Lee. Easy to torque. Around the horn. 5-4-3 double play. Bases empty, 2 outs.
Kyle went to that slider and got the ground ball right to nice little 2-hopper right to Kevin. Almost right to him. Nice feed over to second base. How you Lee. Quick turn. Quickly 2 outs.
8th inning is brought to you by Varsity Ford. Visit Varsity Ford in Ann Arbor today. 4-1 Tigers on the 8th. Bases empty, 2 outs. Finnegan delivers a splitter up and away. That pitch is kind of come and gone a little bit. It's been better lately, though, I feel like, Dan.
Yeah, when it's paired with that four-seam fastball.
The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Splitter running away from the lefty. Kurtz 0 for 9 in the series.
I think that's just that consistency that Kyle's looking for after giving up a couple of runs. His previous 2 outings had a real good clean inning on Tuesday against these A's.
Kurtz waiting on a 1-1. Upright stance. Extends the hands away from the left shoulder. The bat upright. Takes a pitch low and away. And finally, he's got the strikeouts and walks trending in the right direction.
Yes. Yep.
10 strikeouts, 1 walk his last 6 2/3. It was more walks than strikeouts before this stretch. The 2-1. Fastball. 97 at the knees for a called strike. He froze, Kurtz.
Boy, and you just think if you're going to throw a fastball right there, he was looking for that splitter. That's why he let that fastball go.
Set it up perfectly. What does he get on the 2-2? On the way. Swing and a miss. Got him with a splitter.
It's perfect. Perfect tunneled right off that fastball. Came right back, started it. Oh, beautiful pitch.
Single, double play. Kurtz, the dangerous lefty, strikes out on a splitter. Tigers bat in the bottom of the...
Here we go. This is a classic road jersey for Boston. This is the first uniform I put on when I came with Boston. When you see those 2 socks together, that's one thing I know I had to do. I had to make sure I had my red socks high, okay? My 2 red socks, because, you know, there's 2 here.
Hernandez recorded his second career multi-homer game in Sacramento on July 5th.
Fly ball. Left field. Come on, big boy. We're tied in the 8th. Oh, a bomb.
Does he have some pop? I mean, his have been no doubters. Power against power, and Roberto Hernandez prevailed.
Look where it lands, High. That is one of the longer homers we've seen in this ballpark's history. That ended up onto the concourse behind the bleachers and left.
To be on a card is really humbling, but also to be able to create cards. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined that this opportunity would come to me. But I always say, like, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I was ready for this moment to be able to create these cards to the best of my abilities and do this project justice. And so I'm super proud to be creating cards. You know, if you asked me when I was playing in 2017 or 18 if that was going to be a thing, couldn't have imagined.
Reserve your spot at mclaren.org/ER.
Eighth inning is brought to you by Varsity Ford in Ann Arbor. Pitch and change brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. Torque leads off, eighth inning, 4-1 Tigers. First pitch to Torque, line drive on one, soft hop to Wilson. He fields a couple of shuffle steps and a fire over to first. Mark Leiter Jr. is the new pitcher for the A's.
Another one that just came off the IL last Friday, had a right hip impingement. Missed 14 games, didn't have a rehab stint. Had been throwing the ball really well before that period on the IL.
First pitch to Green. Riley takes strike one on the inside corner. A couple of hits in the game yesterday, plus a walk. The strike one. Fastball up and away. Valencia is a couple of batters away, so the Tigers need one base runner for the rookie to get a second at-bat in his major league debut after homering in his first. The 1-1. Curveball bounces up to home plate. 2-1 on Riley Green. Check some scores in the 1-800-CALL SAM Studios scoreboard, brought to you by Meijer, the official grocery retailer of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Hottest team in baseball right now is down in Miami. Miami got off to a quiet start this year. They're rolling right now. They're 51-42, Dan. Curveball strike to make it 2-2. They've got a 7-2 lead over Seattle in the bottom of the seventh inning in Miami.
Chance to sweep them, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, all the talk was Atlanta and Philadelphia, and then just very quietly that Marlins team.
2-2, swing and a miss, and an outstanding splitter. Down and away. Let's pause right now for station identification. This is the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meijer. Howyer Lee takes fastball strike on the inside corner. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority. The Detroit Tigers may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent to the Detroit Tigers. Lee swings. It's a little nubber off the end of the bat. Falls behind 0-2. Final line for Framber Valdez. Brought to you by Figer Law. 7 innings, 1 run on 3 hits, no walks, and 9 strikeouts. Can I go out on a big limb here, Dan, and say that that's the best start of the year?
Yes, that was just the Framber, vintage Framber.
Splitter down. His previous 7-inning start was an oddity. It was a good one, but he struck out 1. This game, 9, a season high. The 1-2. Splitter down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 4-1 Tigers are in the 8th inning. Today's game brought to you in part by Corewell Health, reminding you together we can overcome any obstacle and fight any battle. Kenley Jansen getting loose in the Tigers bullpen. He'll try to close this one out. Tigers 3 outs away from a sweep. The 2-2. Swing and a foul out of play. That's a pretty good foul on the cutter. 91-mile-an-hour cutter that just darts off the plate at the plate, and he fouled it off.
Yeah, it's too close to take, too, and it was just one of those ones where I've got to spoil it, and that's exactly what How You Lead did.
Leiter's way over on the first base side of the rubber. Righty works out of the stretch, the 2-2. Ground ball up the middle into center field, the base hit. Splitter stayed up just enough, and that means Eduardo Valencia gets another at-bat.
You know, and that's another thing, and all the excitement that gets lost a little bit is A.J. Hinch, I just think, does a great job of don't let the guys sit around. Get them right in the action instead of letting those butterflies percolate and everything. When am I going to get in? Get them into a game right away and break the ice, and that's what he did. It's just a way to treat these first-time pitchers or hitters. Get them in as quick as you can.
And just that touch, right? He's got that touch. Call him in his office. Hey, just keep doing what you're doing. Enjoy. You know, the message is almost always the same. Make sure you enjoy this day. Valencia takes sinker down and in at 90.
And he's always says, you know, it's the same game that you've been playing since a kid. And I think that is a nice message to say, oh, you know what, you're right. Yeah, it's the highest level, but it's still the game that I love and I've been playing all my life.
1-0 to Valencia. Curveball bounces. Leiter saw that home run.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's already pitching him like a veteran. Starts him off with a sinker in the dirt and then a curveball in the dirt. 2-0.
I think he's looking fastball here.
He's ready to launch again. Fastball in, hit him. My goodness. Crowd doesn't like it. Man. He had no chance. Get out of the way of that.
No. No, and you can understand the crowd after a home run in your first at-bat, then get drilled in your second.
And that was up and in off the left bicep. Jeez. That gives Zach McKinstry a chance to add to this lead. 2-run home run in his middle at bat. First pitch, fastball at the belt for a called strike.
And here the Tigers are again, two quick outs, and then, you know what? We're not going quietly. How you lead with that base hit. And a hit by pitch just to keep this inning going.
Bo Brisky has joined Kenley Jansen. Splitter swing and miss quickly 0-2. That's for a 4 or 5 run lead, you would think, for Bo Brisky. Might just be getting some throwing in, but we see this. The game becomes lopsided.
Yeah.
Save Kenley for another day.
Yeah, because Bo, he closed that game out last night, didn't he?
Sure did.
You know, so he's ready.
Splitter in the dirt. Lots of splitters from Leiter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kansas City sure is struggling right now. They lost to the Mets today, 7-3. Their offense has been hot, but they can't stop anybody. They've given up 487 runs this year, Dan.
And you know, their pitching just, 2 years ago was top-notch.
Splitter in the dirt, swing and a miss. Langoliers will throw down to Heim to complete the strikeout. Tigers threatened with 2 outs. Can't get anybody home. Kenley Jansen will be coming on in the 9th. After 8.
Detroit.